Welcome to
Yo,
we got Kylie back. So that being said, welcome to part 3 of Sonic Advance. And if you're wondering why I transitioned there, it's because I spent way too much time looking for that damn special stage. So I just decided to cut to oh, I suddenly went back I'm looking for all over for that special spring, and it turns out I went so all over the place that I ended up falling back to the very beginning of the stage. So yeah, I spent a total of 2 minutes just trying to find the special stage spring. So that's why I transitioned there.
Oh.
rip.
Correct.
Well, on the bright side, at least it didn't take you 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's more dedication than I would have when it comes to this game in particular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If there's ever some awkward pauses you might see, it's also because there were a few times in the game where I actually had a map pulled up, because there are maps for the Sonic Advance games. I especially used them for when I would play Advance 2 to get all the Chaos Emeralds, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you see me just standing there, that's me looking at the map before moving on. So, yeah. Because I was never fond of how, in order to, in order to find the Chaos Emeralds, I honestly prefer the way Sonic the Hedgehog 2 handles special stages. How, you know, get 50 rings and you run into a checkpoint and boom, you got it. And
Yeah, that way you like never miss it. You know what I mean? I hate having to search for the rings.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. And although to be fair to, like, say Sonic 3 and Knuckles as well as Sonic Mania, at least in those games, in one stage or one area, there were multiple giant rings that you could potentially find. So you had multiple options to get the Chaos Emeralds, and if you're good enough, you could get them as early as the second zone, you know?
Yeah, for real. And I think that's why I like Mania so much. No, well, first of all, saying that Sonic Mania's level design alone, basically, it makes me want to explore the stages. So it makes me want to search for where all the special stages for the Chaos Emeralds are. Whereas, personally, for me, as far as Sonic Advance is concerned, I'm not all about searching for those emeralds, searching for the special stages. I think that can make the whole difference. Is if your level design is good, you're gonna want to explore. You're gonna want to get all of the emeralds.
Yeah. In
Mhm.
fact, another thing that the classic games does better than the advanced games, that is probably the most obvious to a lot of Sonic fans. In the Genesis games, as well as in Mania and even a few modern Sonic games, if you get all the Chaos Emeralds, you can, you know, play as Super Sonic in any level you want. But in the advanced games, as well as a lot of the other dense Sonic games, you can only use Super Sonic for the final boss, which is really disappointing because, you know, when you get the Chaos Emeralds, you want access to that ultimate power as soon as possible, you know?
Yeah, it's like, what's your motivation for getting them early? There's like no motivation there.
Yeah, other than to fight the true final boss and actually finish the game. Like, that's not enough. We need some sort of extra bonus, like Super Sonic or something. At least, or at least a new playable character, you know?
Yeah, even that would be fine. But the fact that they don't give you anything to the end of the game, that just kind of like kills it for you.
Yeah, so you don't really have that much of a satisfaction when you finish the game.
I'm one of those people that enjoys 100% in games, so I usually do try to get the Chaos Emeralds when I can, unless there's just really no reward for it. Like, here's the thing about 100% in games. I want to feel, like, satisfied in 100%ing it. I just don't want to 100% it for the sake of 100%ing it. I want to feel, like, satisfied. Like, just
Yeah.
having a different ending screen is not good enough.
Yeah, and because that, in fact, one thing I've always didn't like about the Crash Bandicoot games is that you can't actually get the true or a good ending. You can't actually defeat the bad guy unless you get every single gem, which I really don't like because, hey, in Spyro the Dragon, if you didn't get all the gems, you would still defeat the bad guy. You would still defeat Nasty Nork, but you can't defeat Uka Uka unless you collect all the gems in Crash Bandicoot Warped. That's really annoying. I don't like it when the villain rubs it in your face that, you didn't actually win because you need to do everything, you know?
Yeah, that pisses me off.
That's
So,
kind of how I felt when I reached the end of Sonic Mania, and it was like, oh, you didn't get like the perfect ending. You just got like the normal ending.
yeah,
Which is originally why I really didn't like Sonic CD all that much. A lot of people know this about me. I'm not really a big fan of Sonic CD, and to be honest, I had no idea going into Mania that they were gonna do multiple endings. But I don't mind it as much with Mania because I like playing Mania.
Yeah,
As far as Sonic CD is concerned, if I'm like, oh, I have to replay it and do something different, I just kind of roll my eyes. You know what I mean?
yeah. And to be fair to
Yeah.
Mania, another difference between Mania and CD is that the normal ending is you still defeat Dr. Eggman in the end anyway. In Mania, you don't it's not as big or
It sounds depressing to not finish it.
yeah, but you still defeat the bad guy in the end. At least they don't rub it in your face like you don't have all the Chaos Emeralds, unlike say Sonic 1 and I think Sonic 2 as well. And especially
Yeah. Like I hate when they do that because then it just feels like, oh, you've ran through this game, you've accomplished so much, only to be told that you've accomplished not enough. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, in fact, I made fun of Scott for this in the Sonic CD commentary for this. Actually, before that, look at this. Because Knuckles can swim, I could just jump in them like that. Knuckles is overpowered for this boss fight.
That's
That's pretty
That's-
great, actually.
this is much easier than the Sonic 1 bosses in Sonic Genesis.
You know who I really hate playing as in this game? Amy, because she, I don't know, the levels feel like they're not really designed for her.
I think you just need to get good. I'm sure.
That's not-
Dang! Oh, burn! Ow!
I actually, like, the thing is, I remember this one part where, like, normally you're supposed to spin dash, and, like, every character can spin dash except Amy. This part where you're supposed to spin dash up this thing or whatever, and, like, it took me forever to get up there with Amy.
Speaking
Like,
of Amy,
the hell.
What?
Woohoo!
We're on Angel Island.
Lucas, let
Sorry.
Kylie finish.
Sorry.
But, yeah, I don't like playing as Amy that much. She's basically the hard mode of the game. And not in a good way.
I personally don't think she's that hard to play as. In fact, I actually think the boss fights are easier with Amy than they are with the other characters.
That's
That's true because
Really?
you were mentioning like her reach is so long.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has a good reach. Although, when it comes to like just doing like the levels though, not the bosses, I think it can be kind of annoying to play as her.
one thing I do like about Amy over the other characters is that if you swing her hammer just as you hit a spring, you'll bounce a lot higher than usual.
I've always loved how they put that into Amy's character. Like even in Sonic Adventure, when
Yeah.
you're running and if you hit your hammer on the ground, you jump like higher than
Super-
any of the other characters can even dream of jumping.
Yeah,
Which I
it's-
just love that
Yeah,
about her.
it's probably the most exhilarating thing to do as Amy in Sonic Adventure.
Oh yeah.
I
I never even tried that in Sonic Adventure during the commentary.
Because then like when you land as her, you like run really fast. Like people are always like, well, Amy's so slow. It's like no, you just gotta know how to do it.
Amy's top speed is not really slow. It's her acceleration that's slow, really.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
I just would have liked playing as Amy better if the level design, in my opinion, fit her more. I guess I don't know.
I often play as Amy in Sonic events as if I was basically playing a Mega Man X game like as Zero Arrow, only without the wall jump, basically, and the fact that I'm really fast, you know. In fact, I recently came up with a nickname for Amy, like, you know how Mega Man is called Jump and Shoot Man, and how even some people like to call Zero Jump and Slash Man? Well,
Mhm.
Yeah,
I came up with this nickname for Amy, Jump and Smash Girl.
I like it.
Well,
Super Smash Bros.
I want to ask what then is she running from King DDD because she somehow wait.
Oh yeah,
So-
she had. It's funny you say that, Lucas. Amy has King DDD's sliding tackle, and when she like falls flat on her face when she tries to tackle, you know. I think that's supposed to imitate
Mhm.
how she try. I think that's supposed to be when she's trying to hug Sonic, I believe.
Not to mention she also has the Pico Pico hammer, which she clearly stole from Eggman after the Aquatic Ruins Zone.
In Sonic,
Clearly stolen from King DDD's hammer.
you do realize that's a joke. I'm pretty sure Amy didn't actually steal get the hammer from old scraps of Dr. Eggman, but it is an interesting theory to think about.
But it's a theory, a game theory.
Thanks for
Thanks
watching.
for watching.
Dang.
I can't stand MatPat after or I can't stand watching. No, how do I say? I can't take game theories seriously anymore.
It's okay. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that Persona 4 video they made was garbo.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right, and oh yeah, I forgot. I decided to switch to Knuckles for part 2 of Angel Island Zone. And speaking of which, this is not the exact same Angel. I mean, this is the same Angel Island from Sonic 3, but it has completely different music. But either way, deja vu. I've just been in this place before.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oh no, go for it.
I would just say like, hey, Knuckles home. Where's the Master Emerald?
I don't friggin' know.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't know.
He just.
Oh, you got squished so bad
Ow.
And there's another reason why I prefer, again, if it was in 3D, I probably would have seen that coming. Or if I could see more accurately, if the camera was zoomed out further away from the characters, I would probably see that coming. Because another reason I prefer the classic Sonic games over Advance is the camera is zoomed a lot further from the characters in the classics to the point where you have more. You basically can see more of what's around you in the classics, especially with widescreen support.
Right. Especially like even right there, like how are you even supposed to see that was coming? It's crazy.
In other words, you'll never see it coming.
I'm guessing that was JoJo.
No, that's
Mine
Persona.
is.
Oh. Oh wait. Oh Kylie, are you happy now?
Yes, you made a JoJo reference. Also,
That was
a lot of people compare Persona 4 to JoJo.
I don't know why, but okay, because I've never seen JoJo.
I mean, Persona is JoJo because they summon what looks like stands from like a JoJo fan's perspective.
Yeah, alright. If I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you don't know what a stand is, do you, Seth?
Nope, sorry.
Yeah, think of it as a Persona, except not.
Okay. But anyway, as I was trying to say earlier, if I remember correctly, Kira, I believe you did a Let's Play of Sonic Advance 1 as Amy on your channel before, haven't you?
Man, I did, yeah, so long ago. I never actually finished it. I only wanted to play through it as Amy. And if you want like the truth, that was my first time actually playing through Sonic Advance because I never owned the original version of it. I don't believe I always owned Sonic Advance 2 and 3. Never owned Sonic Advance 1, like the hard copy. So playing it then was my very first time playing it, so that's probably why I was so bad at it.
Yeah, I've had Sonic Advance 1 and Advance 2, but never got my hands on Advance 3, but I'm probably not really missing much with Advance 3 as far as I can tell.
No, and you know what's a shame is I loved the idea of doing the characters together, like doing like playing as a game, but it's just everything else about the game was just not great, which is such a shame. Had it been the same quality as Sonic Advance 2 with characters you could play together with, like the duos and stuff, it would have been probably the best Sonic Advance game.
Yeah, Advance 3 is definitely the most ambitious of the trilogy, but it has such poor execution.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think I remember in the Sonic Adventure talking about your Sonic Advance 2 title screen, there's a version of it where Sonic and Tails are walking out, are walking off, and then you see like there's a pixel that you think is someone's ass crack or something.
The fuck? I don't recall seeing anything like that.
Me neither.
I mean, I think it was like in the title screen.
I don't know.
Just me? Oh.
We'll save the rest of our Advanced... Why don't we save the rest of our Advanced 2 commentary from when we actually get to Advanced 2 about several months from now.
Is Kira gonna be part of it?
Yeah. So, come to think of it, here's something I don't think any of us have asked in any of our Sonic commentaries. Which Sonic game do you think has the best special stages, guys?
Oh, that's such a
None of
crazy
the above.
question. I'm gonna go with Sonic, the original Sonic 3. Which I love that they put the special stages for that in Sonic Mania, because there's something unique about it that I haven't seen in any other game, where you collect the blue orbs, ignore the red ones, the white star ones will bounce you back. I just think there's a lot that's unique to that, and I think as a kid seeing that gameplay in 3D, it just looked so nice, and it made me so excited as a kid. So that'll always be nostalgic for me. But even playing those special stages in Sonic Mania, I can still say that even without the nostalgia, they are, to me, the best Sonic special stages ever.
For me, I think the best Sonic special stages are actually the newest ones, Sonic Mania. Because it
Yep.
Woohoo.
because it reminds me a lot of Sonic CDs and Sonic Advance 2 special stages, except it's purely focused on running through a course and going fast in order to reach the Chaos Emerald, you know?
Okay, so I forget that Mania, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I forget that Mania has those as the special stages and the blue orb ones as something different. I
Yeah.
actually hate the Sonic Mania, like the Sonic CD and Sonic Mania special stages. I find them so difficult, but maybe that's just because I'm bad at Sonic CD?
You should probably get good then.
Oh, yeah, same.
It's
Okay, I was
I-
joking when I said none of the above. I guess Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
oh
Those-
no.
those-
I was just say I found you,
That
faker.
Faker. I knew you were going to say that, but that Faker is no match for the real deal.
Unlike Shadow, where he's like equally strong as Sonic.
Well,
Hey, if you stand under that animal capsule, do you get squished?
no, you actually just fall back. You actually get bounced back, actually, because I actually did. That happened to me before, and it didn't actually crush me. It just simply knocked the character backwards.
Oh, I see. Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah. So that was part 3 of Sonic Advance. Tune in for part 4, where we finally go through, I think, Eggman's base. So see you then.